Some of it was same old because some of the topics
I
have been
wasn't
covered before.
very interested in what they had to say. I really wanted to see
How
how.
they did it.
No, I
Oh.
wanted to see how white people would comment on it. What they would think.
Oh, you want to see what
Mm.
reactions to?
Yeah, I wonder how many white people actually saw this and they run away from it,
I wonder.
or were they actually curious as to
That's interesting.
sit down and watch
I,
it.
I actually contemplated as I was coming upstairs today, like dropping a little something on the. It was a flash, a glancing thought. I should take a little. We have white neighbors downstairs now, and I was like, I should take something and slide it on the door and say like, "Watch Black in America on CNN." You know what I mean? Like it actually just.
But I mean, in a way, why should they be concerned?
Well, everything.
Why
And I'm
should they
just
be
I'm
concerned?
throwing this out
They
as
should be very concerned.
well. I'm saying this as if
Devil's advocate.
yeah, exactly. Like
Should
what?
they care
Yeah,
about black people in
yeah.
America? Well, I mean, it's all relative. That's true. We hear that
Yeah, but
every
we
day, all
under-
relative. We all live together. Just like when they ask the doctor, why do you give a shit? You live in a nice neighborhood, blah blah blah. But things that happen
But he can
surrounding his
relate, though.
neighborhood can affect him. It all affects
Right, but
everyone's.
Right, everybody's
but
affected.
the doctor can relate from how he grew up. I mean, as far as what he said he grew up in neighborhoods that they came from. But what I'm saying is, as a white middle class person that may not have much contact with black people,
Why would
why?
you care?
Yeah, why would they care?
Because it comes to roost.
Okay,
you
but
have every advantage.
we-
You're on the winning side. Why do you give a shit?
Except, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm just asking the question as if because I think there's a
Because you
lot
think
of
that's
them
what
that
many of them think. Like, why should I give a
yeah.
damn?
Yeah, because I mean, I think they can be disconnected. I just think they
To-
they don't see the relative.
Well,
they
that's
don't
that's
see
the reason
relative.
the answers in the question. Reason number one, so that you're less disconnected.
But
So-
if you're disconnected,
Because, well, you
why
know,
would you want to be connected to that?
Oh,
so
yeah,
you can
wanna
understand
be
more.
connected.
For example,
Rich
you know, a
people
lot
wanna
of
be
them.
connected with poor people. Poor people,
You said rich people want to be connected with poor people.
yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
really? They do.
I
don't know rich people that wanna be
Oh,
connected.
absolutely, absolutely. We're talking about harmony. We're talking about people on a very on a same level, a harmonious level, where everyone can exist and interact, and everyone can,
That's an interesting
But I don't.
point.
I don't. But I don't
Together.
feel that that's the goal with a
No
lot of
one
people.
really wants conflict, but we are, living in a society where we're taught that, success means everyone has ambitions and everyone has money that they ought to pursue and careers that they ought to pursue and homes that they ought to pursue and these very narrowly defined lifestyles, these very American lifestyles that we need to chase after in order to be happy. But that's not necessarily the case with everyone because we all are individual. But being that, this sort of system is set up, for everyone to chase after this dream, it creates a lot of potential for conflicts and a lot of potential for people to act very selfishly, and because of that, you can easily care less about other people.
Well, I mean, it's definitely divisive, and yeah, it is set up that way. Because have you all heard of that book, the People's History of the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's what's that fella's name?
What's his name? Zen
Not Kurt Vonnegut.
or something.
Yeah,
Zen,
Edward Zen.
Something like that. Well,
Yeah.
I started reading that book, and it's really and also the movie Zeitgeist, however you say it. But it's interesting. Howard Zinn, yeah.
I would say that's right.
It's just interesting how what you just said is really deep down in everybody, I believe. But it's about reaching those people that actually support an establishment that they don't realize was not meant for everybody. You know,
Very
it's,
true.
Another touch, anybody?
I'm
uh,
actually good.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah. So So I believe in that. I mean, I think we all know that that's deep down inside. But I think that when you are, when the powers that be are selling something to you that actually keeps people divided, they're like, okay, we can't let these people know that it really ain't about racism. We can't let people know that it really isn't about, Puerto Ricans against Dominicans.
Yeah, it's about working,
It's
producing,
about-
consuming, working.
They don't want you to know that it's
Right.
really about money. I mean, we know it's about money, but I don't think people really understand how much it is about a small group of people controlling everything. And so as long as there's all this divisiveness, they can continue to do what they do, operate in a very secretive way. But if you can get to those people, and right now they're squeezing out the middle class, and the middle class are the people that really kind of say, yes, you can live the American dream. And not to say you
People
can't.
happy.
It doesn't even have to be
something
that,
I
though,
always
either.
I have a
wonder.
question.
Are the middle class
Okay.
a happy class of people?
You
They
said
are.
middle class happy?
Yeah, they have their education. They have their career. They have their homes, their mortgage, etc. Is this
comfortable. I don't know
is-
if I'd say happy.
Right.
So the American dream doesn't produce happy folks.
No.
I wouldn't say that either.
So what
What
would
would
you
you say?
consider a happy person? It's just a person who
A person who has access and exposure to a variety of experiences is often a happy, well-established, well-situated, well-adjusted person. They're going to encounter things in life that are not always happy or pleasant. However, they have access or they have certain resources at their disposal. And as a result, they tend not to know things too far out on the edge of chaos unless they bring it in. You know what I mean? They don't see crime as bad as it can be. They're not accustomed. This is middle class America. They're not accustomed in most cases to a friend being shot from real violence. I don't mean the kid, ooh, my dad has a gun collection and oops, pow, oops, it was loaded. I mean, and I'm not talking about the couple of random kids, by the way, like a Columbine situation, which, by the way, is why more people need to be in touch with one another, because everyone somehow is affected from America's